Hello everyone, my name is Reece Hanlon and I'll be presenting the case of Stone versus Federal Commissioner of Taxation. This case relates to whether the activities of a taxpayer constitute carrying on of a business, producing income according to ordinary concepts, and therefore being assessable under Section 6 of the Income Tax Assessment Act 1997. The facts of the case relate to a javelin thrower, Joanna Stone, who rose to fame during the mid to late 90s for her efforts on the international and Olympic stage. Over her years competing, she had received various forms of grants and allowances from the government, sporting institutes and Olympic bodies, as well as prize money from competitions. As her career progressed, she began attracting interest from sponsors and received both cash payments and benefits in kind from them. The taxpayer was also employed by the Queensland Police Force, reaching the rank of Senior Constable, where she worked full-time to help cover her expenses as a competing athlete. Specifically, the case relates to the 1998-99 income year, in which Miss Stone received various forms of receipts relating to her sporting activities, as well as from employment by the Queensland Police Force. The total sum of her receipts equated to $176,280, but when completing her tax return, only declared assessable income of $39,832, being the police force salary she received. She noted in her return the amounts totaling $136,448, not as assessable income, but as receipts from sporting activities. The Commissioner issued her with an amended assessment, including these sporting receipts as assessable income in accordance with Section 6 of the ITAA 1997. Miss Stone rejected the assessment, while also claiming she was entitled to deductions totaling $19,739, which was accepted by the Commissioner. If her receipts were assessable income, she was entitled to deductions. He amended her assessment, but otherwise denied the objection. Miss Stone was dissatisfied with this decision, so appealed to the Federal Court, with the question being put forward to the judge was whether the receipts were assessable income of Miss Stone for that year. The presiding judge, Justice Hill, relied on the work carried out by Professor Parsons, who set out 15 propositions that look to assist defining if a particular item is income. Justice Hill focused on 3 of these propositions when analysing the items received by Miss Stone. Them being, did the receipts represent gains from a business? Did they represent a reward for personal services? Or did they represent gains which were in compensation for an item that would have the character of income? Analysing the facts in this way allows the judge to give equal merit to all of the facts, without conveying undue prejudice to some over others. Justice Hill quickly settled on the decision that Miss Stone was carrying on a business, and therefore her receipts met the definition of assessable income according to ordinary concepts. Although not entirely necessary, he did go on to further analyse the receipts individually to determine if all the receipts, and if Miss Stone was not carrying on a business, would still be considered ordinary income and therefore assessable. He used the remaining 2 propositions to differentiate between what would be assessable and what wouldn't be. This resulted in him furthering his decision. In the end, Justice Hill allowed the appeal by Miss Stone in part, differentiating income she received between business income, which was assessable, and non-business income, which was non-assessable. Dissatisfied with this outcome, Miss Stone appealed to the full federal court to overrule the decision. On review of the case, the full court granted the appeal and was satisfied that the facts of the case were in good order as gathered by judge in the previous court. The court relied on the assessable income definition dictated in the Income Tax Assessment Act 1997, even though that was different from the act used by Justice Hill. It was not materially different. On review, the full court overturned the decision by Justice Hill on the basis that Miss Stone's activities did not constitute